through. Questions in Spanish we'll take at the end. We don't have a translator with us today, so we'll get translations to the English journalists afterwards on those questions.
Good afternoon, Pep. It's a week since we last sat in this room together and you talked about your relationship with Yaya Toure. I might change my question now.
Just 2 seconds while people...
Please take a seat.
You're not allowed to be early.
I pay the drinks.
Do that one.
Okay, shall I start with a different question? A week ago we sat here and we talked about Yaya Toure and your relationship with him. I wonder if anything's changed in 7 days, whether you've had the apology that you were looking for.
No, he's training every day with us and training good. But
no
I'm not
apology.
talking about anymore about that case. You know my opinion.
Can I then ask you about Mauricio Pochettino? I believe it's 7 years since you first played against him and he painfully gave you your first defeat as a manager, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, we met. We play against when we was football players and after like coaches. I don't think he's not one of the best managers in England. He's one of the best managers in the world. I enjoy watching Tottenham, not right now, since last year. So I think he's doing an amazing job in London, in Tottenham. The way they play, I like a lot. He's aggressive without the ball and has a lot of quality about his players. The basis of the team is the national team with Dyer, with Ali, with Harry Kane, with Walker, with and all of them had a lot of quality. Last season were there until the last 2 or 3 games to be championship. So still this year he's playing in a high level. He's a second in the position, so it will be a tough, absolute tough game. And I'm looking forward to go to the White Hart Lane for my first time in my life as well. And we're trying to do our job.
Are his principles similar to yours? Because I know on that night 7 years ago, I think you said Espanyol look for you. You know, they work, it's aggressive. His thoughts on the game and the way to play it similar to your own?
So it's a question for him. So I don't know. So I cannot answer about it. I never. We have a good relation, but we never spoke too many about football. But what I saw when I was in Espanyol in Barcelona and now here is quite similar. The quality, the play at Tottenham is top. It's not about talking about Tottenham about some short period. So what happened especially last year and now, is because behind there are a lot of very good things, and you can see it during the games.
Pep, do you watch football? Do you watch the Premier League? I know you concentrate on your own team, but do you watch games involving other sides as a football fan, or do you always try and learn from what the opposition are doing?
I don't have time. I would like. I see my opponents. I see our game we have played. I see my new opponents, and new opponents. I have to watch it 1 or 2 games. So every 3 or 4 games, I have to. I don't have time to see the Premier League.
Whether someone like Tottenham, you might think they play nice football and therefore they're an attractive team to see.
Yeah, because last season I played. They play against Borussia Dortmund in Europa League, and I saw both games. Of course, in that games they didn't play with all the squad because they are focused in that time. I think they were focused into in the Premier League. I'm not talking about watching. For example, I saw the game Liverpool, Tottenham, Liverpool, when they played there when it was 1-1. I saw that game, but I'm not. At what time? At 3 o'clock one game, at 5 o'clock another one, at 7 o'clock another one. I'm
The
not.
standard of the team or the way that they played that you liked.
Yeah, yeah. I think all the fans, when they like football and watch Tottenham, they can enjoy it because they propose. They are not. They are active in their game. They are not reactive. They don't do what the opponent make. There are many teams. It depends of who you do. They react. No, they want to say they want to be protagonist. No, protagonista. ¿Cómo se dice protagonista? Protagonist. They wanted to be part. They don't wait. It depends of the other going to do. They want to do. They want to create their own game. Their own. They wanna. They wanna do that. That's why I like. I like to when I watch him. When I saw the last game against CSKA Moscow. When I saw against Liverpool again. When I saw against them against Middlesbrough. So I like when I watch what they play.
The other night at Celtic, it was the first time that you haven't won the game, so clearly it wasn't perfect. And you said you would learn more when City lost a game or it wasn't perfect. So what did you learn from that game at Celtic?
Because everything is so difficult in football that when we won 10 games, we can improve. I learned the Champions League is so demanding. So I think they arrived 3 times or 4 times. I think they had 4 chances. They scored 3 goals. That is Champions League. Because the opponents, all the players are so focused because all the players, they know how special is the Champions League. And when sometimes they don't arrive in the right moment to the cross, in Champions League they arrive in the right moment in the cross. And it was many things. Of course, the first goal it was offside. Second goal it was an own goal. But it is part of the game. So you have to know that can happen and you have to make it better. So I would prefer to lose points in the Premier League because you have time. In the Champions League, it's short, and you know how difficult it would be until the end. In the last 3 games, you have to win 1 game or make 4 points. If not, it will be so difficult to qualify for to go through to the extraordinary finals. But it's good. It's good because they show us our principles about our build-up, our high pressing was not properly good in that game, and you have to focus and work in that terms.
And where are you in terms of injuries? I know, obviously, that the 2 Belgians went over to Barcelona. I think they've come back now. Do you have an estimate as to when they might be back, and are there any other players that are injured?
No, we're going to, of course, now we have 10 days, and that 10 days without games, they help us, because we need them, both of them. The same with Fabian Delph. But I don't know, so maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks we'll be ready. I don't know if we'll be ready for Everton. I don't know if we'll be in time to arrive in Barcelona. I don't know. We're going to see in the next time, but it's not so. The injuries are not so tough like in the first impression. So they are injuries, and the muscular injuries always is 3 weeks, 1 month. But we're going to wait to work on with and as soon as possible come back.
Well, apart from those 3, everybody's fit.
Yeah, tired, but they're fit.
Pep, the run did come to an end, which obviously isn't a major thing, but goals conceded again. How much of a concern is it that keeping clean sheets is obviously been a problem?
I know how important is the clean sheets, but I saw here what I different in Spain in Bundesliga. When I went here, a lot of people are so curious about the statistics, what happened last season, what happened that season. And the clean sheet is another point, the clean sheet. Of course, to be the clean sheet is perfect for the goalkeepers, for the team, but I think for the most important thing is how many chances they create. And that is, I think, the basis. So when they arrive 3 times, 4 times, that's good. Sometimes they arrive 3 times, 4 times, and they didn't score goals. Sometimes they arrive 4 times, like last game against Celtic Glasgow, but they didn't have in the second half any chances except the first goal in the first minute in the second half, and they score 3 goals. Sometimes that's happened. The problem is when they create more chances. For example, in the second half in Old Trafford, they create more chances than Celtic Glasgow. They score 1 goal, and Celtic Glasgow scores 3 goals. So I try to figure out, to imagine or see how many chances they create, how many chances we produce. That is, I think, a bit the balance. How is a little bit the team? But of course, I would prefer don't receive goals, and we're working with that.
There's nothing in the philosophy, the way that you play, that concerns you. It gets busier, it gets harder as the season goes on. You're playing better teams at the likes of Tottenham now at the weekend.
What you have to do to concede few goals is going back. I don't believe that. I repeat the same. As far the ball, the opponent is far away for your goal, you are safer. So as close they are, as close they have chance to score goals. Of course, they are the quality of the counter-attack with Song, with Lamela, with a special league when they arrive at the second position. But when they far away from our goal, I think we are in better position to not concede goals.
Just one more here, then we do a couple in Spanish.
Is it fair to say that you drink from similar fountain than Pochettino in terms of what you think about football, say Bielsa, for instance? If that's the case, what's close to the way he thinks and he makes his teams play, and what's far away from it?
No, just I can say so. I'm not going to say what they do because he knows better than me what they do, okay, or he does with these teams. But if I would not been a coach, I would be just a fan, or I will be a young coach, or when I become a coach, and I see Tottenham, I said, I would like to play in that way. That is only I can say, but I like how they play. But not that season, last season. I saw a little bit, not all the game, few minutes about the game, the last season, Manchester City play in White Hart Lane. If they did the same what they are doing this year, and when I see it, so I like. It's all I can say. But the saying is making the same what we do. I don't know. I don't know because I didn't speak with Mauricio, and that's why at the end all the coaches we train and we play. It depends on the quality of the players. But some similarity about Espanyol, the high pressing when he just arrived. I remember the first game was with promote like a coach in Espanyol. And arrived there, and immediately the first game was so aggressive and high pressing and many things, and still the way they play or the way Mauricio plays is quite similar. The difference, of course, the quality of the Tottenham players. They are so good.
Buenas tardes, Pep. José Álvarez de Jugones para La Sexta. ¿Has mejorado el arranque que tuviste con tus históricos Barcelona del triplete y el sextete? ¿Encuentras alguna similitud con esos equipos? Y por otra parte, ¿consideras esta plantilla que tienes ahora mismo una de las más competitivas que has tenido hasta ahora?
He tenido... Today translator is not here.
Translate after because he's with David Silva at the moment.
Ah, okay, good. Soy afortunado, he tenido muy buenas plantillas en Barcelona, en Alemania y ahora aquí. He tenido y tengo muy buenos jugadores. Compararlo no puedo porque llevo 2 meses aquí. Solo sé que estoy convencido que el último año en Barcelona era cuando mejor jugábamos y no ganamos el triplete, por ejemplo. Pero cuando mejor jugábamos, cuando el último año en Múnich era cuando mejor jugábamos, y estoy convencido que mis últimos años aquí serán mejores que ahora. Estamos aún lejos de hacer o de jugar como queremos porque es normal, llevamos poco tiempo.
Bona tarda, Pep. Fa uns dies l'estaf directiu del City es va reunir després de la Diada a Catalunya.
No et veig aquí, perdona.
Es va reunir l'estaf directiu del City fa uns dies a Catalunya per organitzar unes jornades estratègiques. El model Barça és la referència del City per créixer?
No es pregunta per mi, no ho sé. No es pregunta pel Xiqui i el Ferran. Jo al camp intento fer el que puc. No ho sé.
One more question just for Ian Barker.
Yeah, just a final one from me, Pep. I think 4 years ago you were in the European locker room at Medina in Chicago for the Ryder Cup.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just wondering what your thoughts are
Well,
on this and whether you'll be watching.
Believe me, I was a football player. I was so lucky because it was an amazing experience. Like a coach, the same. We won prizes in football players and like a coach, but always you remember not the prizes when you finish. You just remember the time you spend. You have fun in the locker room with the guys, and how many times you laugh. But I don't think I cannot compare the experience what I lived in Medina. This is a Ryder Cup. It was, I think, the most highest experience like a sport guy I ever lived. I was so congratulated because Olazábal invite all my family there. It was the last round. It was 10 points down inside the rope and follow, the players, see the putting in front here at 2-3 meters, the chipping the puttings, and see the crowd in USA how step by step 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and the last holes. It was really amazing. It was fantastic. I hope these 3 days here in England can watch again this marvelous event like Ryder Cup. I am a big fan of golf and a big fan of the Ryder Cup, and hopefully we can enjoy this weekend. Amazing players, because all of them, they are outstanding.
Okay, guys, we're in embargo for 10